Hi, all remote learners. So today we are going to be doing is reading in our textbook for resources on page 45 through 48. So let's go ahead and begin by listening to our online textbook to have the audio read. Okay.
Reflect. You use Earth's resources every day. When you eat cereal with milk for breakfast, you use resources from plants and from animals. When you ride the bus to school, you use fuel resources. When you take a drink of lemonade or iced tea, you use water resources. A resource is anything on Earth that humans use. We can use some kinds of resources over and over. Other kinds of resources can run out. What are some examples of resources on Earth? What might happen if they run out? How can we keep them from running out? What are renewable resources? Renewable resources can be replaced within a lifetime. Some renewable resources, such as plants and animals, provide food for humans. Other renewable resources, such as sunlight and wind, provide energy. What are some of our renewable resources? Wind blowing past these turbines, top, provides us with renewable energy. Carrots, bottom, are also examples of renewable resources. Every year, new carrots grow. Humans use the carrots as a source of food. Sunlight. Sunlight is a renewable resource. The sun will continue to shine for millions of years. We can use energy from the sun in many important ways. Solar panels capture sunlight and turn it into electricity. Humans use this electricity to power homes and businesses. Air. Wind can be used to create electricity. Large windmills, called turbines, spin in fast-moving wind. The movement of the turbine's blades creates electricity. Water. Humans cannot survive without fresh water. The fresh water we use is replaced by the water cycle. Water is also a source of energy. Dams along rivers can use moving water to create electricity. The movement of water during tides can also provide energy. Plants and animals. Plants provide food, energy, and useful products for humans. For example, trees provide wood. Wood can be burned to heat a home. Wood can also be turned into paper or lumber. Plants like corn, strawberries, and carrots provide food for many animals, including humans. Animals such as fish and cows also provide food. What are non-renewable resources? Non-renewable resources cannot be replaced in a human lifetime. These resources take a very long time to form. When we use these resources too quickly, they can run out because there is not enough time to replace them. Three kinds of non-renewable resources are coal, oil, and natural gas. They are called fossil fuels because they form from organisms that have died. Coal. Coal is a solid material that takes millions of years to form. Coal comes from plants that died millions of years ago. Thick layers of rocks and soil covered the dead plants. The pressure of the rocks and soil turned the plants into a solid called coal. Humans dig coal out of the ground. Burning coal releases its energy. We can use this energy to produce electricity. His machine, called a pump jack, pulls oil up from deep under Earth's surface. Oil. Oil is a liquid fuel that also takes millions of years to form. Oil comes from tiny animals that died in the ocean millions of years ago. Layers of mud press down on the dead animals. The pressure from the mud turned the dead animals into a liquid called oil. Oil can be turned into gasoline and other kinds of fuels. Oil is also used to make products such as plastics, DVDs, and tires. Natural gas. Natural gas forms the same way that oil does. Over millions of years, tiny dead animals are pressed down by mud and rocks. The pressure forms tiny bubbles of gas. Natural gas has no smell, but we can see it in its liquid form. It can be used to heat homes and cook food. What do you think? Look at the two photographs below. Are these examples of renewable or non-renewable resources? Explain your answer. Rich. How can we conserve renewable and non-renewable resources? Non-renewable resources cannot be replaced in your lifetime. If we use all the coal, oil, and natural gas on Earth, there will be none left. It will take millions of years to replace these resources. How can we conserve or save non-renewable resources? One solution to this problem is to use less coal, oil, and natural gas. Because they are non-renewable, we can't replace or make more of them. Here are some ways we can use less of them. Use public transportation instead of driving a car. Turn the lights off when you leave a room. Use fabric bags instead of plastic bags at the grocery store. Renewable resources also must be conserved. For example, trees can be used to make fuel, paper, and lumber. But what happens if you cut down all the trees in a forest? It might take many years for all of the trees to grow back. Humans should use some but not all of the renewable resources in an area. We should replace the resources we use as quickly as possible. For example, plant new trees to replace trees that are cut down. Some renewable and non-renewable resources can hurt the environment. Oil spills in the ocean can hurt or kill the animals living there. Burning coal releases gases and smoke into the atmosphere that can harm living things. Animal farms can create waste that drains into rivers and pollutes them. One way to stop hurting the environment is to use fewer of these resources. We can find other ways to get energy. We can also use renewable resources such as sunlight and wind power. These sources of energy create less pollution. Try now sunlight as an example of a renewable resource. In which python did the temperature rise the most? Look out! Some products such as gasoline or plastics are made in special factories. You might think that these resources are human-made and do not come from Earth. But all resources can be traced back to some natural material that came from Earth. Gasoline and plastic are made from oil. Oil is a non-renewable resource that comes from Earth looking to the future. Overfishing fish are an example of a renewable resource. Humans eat fish for food. The human population is very big. We have many people to feed. Better technology and bigger boats allow fishermen to catch more fish than we did hundreds of years ago. But we might be catching too many fish. Imagine that the ocean has 100 fish. What happens if we catch 90 of those fish? We will have lots of fish to eat, but only 10 fish are left to lay eggs and produce more fish. These 10 fish cannot lay enough eggs to replace all of the fish we caught. The population of fish will start to decrease. This kind of fish might even go extinct. This is an example of overfishing. Overfishing happens when humans catch too many fish in an area. The fish population cannot survive. We have seen evidence of this in the North Atlantic Ocean. In the 1990s, humans caught too many cod. A cod is a type of fish in the Atlantic Ocean. The population of cod got so small that this fish almost went extinct. Scientists noticed the problem and stepped in. They recommended limits on the amount of cod that fishermen could catch. This allowed more adult cod to stay in the ocean and lay eggs. The population of cod began to grow again. Limiting the amount of fish that can be caught helps to keep fish populations healthy.
what you're going to do is go into Teams and answer that question based off of your reading that we just did over resources. So again, you're going to go into Teams, answer your question in the forms document. I hope you all have a great day. I will see you later, guys. Bye.